And we're off. So last session, we began it with an epic battle of you versus undead. A lot of killing was had, mainly by one character. A lot of assists were had by many, and only one main casualty had by one of you. You end up triumphing, healing the fallen comrade, and moved on from that epic battle to the parlour, where the hole in the floor was. Orm, being one of the first in the room, threw an orb down the hole. Tyr, as usual, stepped up and volunteered to be the first one down the hole. You guys set up a little rope system to assist his descent. Unfortunately, stepping on the rim of the hole, the floorboards gave way, expanding by 5 feet, and those on the outer almost became the inner. But Orm and Jarox were nimble enough to avoid falling. A slight mishap to Tyr on his way down, and then he reached the bottom, where he found a corpse and a lot of floor debris. Searching, at that point he called for Rack, who came down to help him search, and you guys found a holy symbol, a potion, and some incense. Tyr and Rack then climbed out of the hole after tying the rope around the body, and dragged it out of the hole. With that, you all found a nice soft green patch and dug a hole, sat the body in it, buried it, and Om gave a nice sermon. I think that's the correct word. So what you do with someone's...
Yeah, it's good enough.
It's good, it's close. Rite of passage, maybe we'll go with.
Yeah, I'd sermonize someone, yeah.
Yep, many people, in fact, all at once. Then from there, you bid farewell. The deceased priest, for those of you that didn't read the session summary notes, he was a local to Absalom. And he has a beloved wife who is also a priestess of Pharasma. She offers her service to an asylum in Rushmore, which she is currently stuck in the asylum for reasons unknown to myself, because I am a current player in that campaign. So I'm sure I could have Googled it, but a certain
in
person here...
Thrushmore.
Oh, Thrush.
Yes, Thrushmore.
Fair. I like Rushmore. She would like to escape and get back to her love and her life in Absalom. So she is unaware that her husband has passed, and will get a rude shock at some point, I dare say. So this is the retirees game that we're playing, and Andrew made the link there.
Because Michael's retired. When you run big companies like Michael does, you don't need to work anymore.
Or just use up all his leave to go and play games. So armed with this information, you return back to the Grand Lodge, seek out Gorm, and explain to him all that you have found. He was very pleased with your successful mission. He noted it down for the Pathfinder Society's journals, and then said to get some rest. And you guys left and said, fuck the rest. We're going to go to the Temple of Pharasma to let them know that one of their priests had passed. You went to the Temple of Pharasma, met an acolyte, and you described the deceased priest to the acolyte, who said she would do some searching and queries to find out if anyone knows this man and his particular jewel-studded holy symbol. After that, you then head back to the Grand Lodge for a well-earned rest. Through the night, Rack had a visitor, which no one is privy to, and you all leveled up from level 1 to level 2. So starting on with Dylan, do you want to share a little bit about your level up? You obviously can keep some secrets that you want to come out through gameplay.
Yep. Dylan is fantastically courageous, as everyone knows. So he focused on things that would help him drink, as well as things that would basically help him keep out of harm's way. So he's got a little bit more stealthiness. He can now stealth in the underbrush quite effectively. And he no longer needs to verbalize his spells. He can run it all through his head as a massive improvement to stay hidden. And he got a little bit more alcohol in him. Did I mention alcohol? That's about Dylan.
He has a bit of an problem there.
Are you 40% alcohol now, Dylan?
No. Still working on getting that proof.
All right, Jarox.
Jarox has learnt, or is slowly learning, how to extend his deadly range slightly. As you'd all know by now that he has a reach type weapon, but he's working on ways to extend the reach of it even more so he can strike out further and further against enemies which are further away, keep them at bay, and also take any opportunities for attacks that he can get. And he's also learning how to fight enemies bigger than him. He hasn't encountered anything too much yet, but he's just thinking about some tactics. He's got them in the back of his head about how he'd go about, tripping them, moving them around with his reach weapon and things like that. And if the need comes down to it, actually being able to tangle, grapple like with larger enemies. So that's what he's been focusing on.
Nice.
I've improved my hands, my healing hands. I'm hopefully going to do a bit more healing now, though I guess I could still do the odd dud heal. And I've also trained a bit, you see, in talking, in being able to perhaps bend the truth a little bit to give us more of an advantage. That's it.
And have tied that staff to your forehead so you don't forget
What
it.
staff? I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Who would have thought I had a healing staff as my special item?
Tia.
Tia, he's really just focused on his ability to be a little bit more effective in combat situations. After the last outing, he thought a little bit of self-development would be a very handy thing to have in that particular instance.
Very good. So you finish your morning prep, however that looks. You have all agreed, so hopes the DM, that you would go to Westgate.
Yes.
Westgate it is, definitely.
Yep.
As discussed at the last session.
Absolutely.
So you're traveling through the busy city. Once again, it's thriving with people and merchants and the like. When you enter the outer reaches of Westgate, is there anything you'd like to do upon reaching Westgate, or would you like to continue travel to the square where the Pathfinder is currently encapsulated in stone.
Is there a mage in Westgate that I might be able to visit and learn the wonderful arts from?
I'm sure there is, but there's, as far as established arcane places, not really the
Okay.
area for that.
All right. Well, if we know the place we're going will actually, take us to where we need to be, then for the moment we'll just continue on. If we get there and need some help, then we'll engage the locals, ask them questions about, what we've been tasked to look for, and see if they can help us. But otherwise, I think we just soldier on for the moment.
Roger that.
Yep.
Oh,
Tyr
I
agrees.
agree.
For several blocks, the quiet lanes of Westgate's residential neighbourhood features small houses, low-key cafes and taverns, and the occasional speciality shop. The fragrant scent of tended flowers garden in the warm sunlight blends with the low hum of distant conversation over what would normally be a pleasant boulevard. But the stone statues, at first appearing only here and there, like odd decorations, now number several per block, and the otherwise plain square ahead is outright cluttered with stone figures. They take countless forms of humans and halflings to orcs, lizard folk, and even stranger, all forever frozen in the acts of desperation, defiance, or despair. You do see some people standing by the statues. A artisan seems to be sitting down on a makeshift stool and parchment as he's drawing an image of the statue, and these people with big round hats and parchment on their chests. They look like out of towners. This sort of seems to be an area which would draw tourists. The quaint statue-filled square is also filled with people. Several dozen townsfolk shout and argue, their voices somehow out of place among these silent statues. You hear them shout things like, "They're not welcome here. This is our tradition of hundreds of years. Who are they to mess with it? They better not show their faces or I'll throw this garbage at them." In the town square, you see 3 people standing on a stage, standing over this crowd, jeering them on. "Yeah, they've got no right here. They're not a Westgatian." And I will share.
Can I use something? Read the air, or you're about to share anything for free, so that'll be good.
I will share with you. Let's check. So I didn't really think about this. I've got some music playing and it is irritating. The first one I had on was way better. So anyway, I guess you guys want to be placed on the map. That might help.
Yeah.
It might.
Just a squiff. Speaking of a squiff, I'm going to have a drink of ale.
Do you share your ale?
I offer it round while we're trudging over to Westgate. If anyone would like a little bit of imbibe. Would like to imbibe with me.
Imbibation.
Yes.
I might take a bit myself if I may.
I
Brilliant. Generous
imbibation of
offer.
myself this morning.
But I am
Absolutely.
going to,
Drink it in the shower again, Joel.
Yeah, pretty much.
so, Michael, I'm going to cast Read the Air as a cantrip.
Breathe the air?
Read the Air.
Oh.
As in Richard, read the air.
Do I have to text him?
Possibly. It just gives me a +1 status on the next diplomacy check to make an impression. So I'm hoping to engage with people to sort of get a feel for the... Although I can't really see any actual natives. Oh no, there's one maybe all the way over there.
Yeah. So the ones where you can't see names, they're statues. The token with a T is a large crowd. The tokens with L's are the leaders that seem to be egging this crowd on.
Well, I'll mosey on over and talk to some of the crowd then.
Well,
Which
before
I presume they're all... Yeah, okay.
yes, Derek. So you get to about there. What's everybody else doing?
Keeping an eye on Orm.
Yeah, probably keeping a sort of within 10 or 15 of Om.
It seems very rowdy, so I'm going to go in here and attempt to hide.
Well, you know what you've got to roll.
Doo, doo, doo.
So you get to there, Om, and this gentleman there spots you and says, "Look, there they are now." And in moments, the crowd turns. "Boo! You're not welcome here. Leave Westgate."
Oh, I'm part of you. I'm with you guys. I'm just here to soak up the atmosphere. I'm looking to learn from you and bring the traditions back to other parts.
They won't let us bring them back. It's immoral, apparently.
Well, if we all work together and get enough evidence and show them what we feel, we might just do that. I'm a believer. Let's make Westgate great again.
Your words. Give me a diplomacy roll, Andrew.
I might add 1 to this based on my roll.
You read it good.
Where the fuck's the tower gone there? There it is. Alright, I need to close some windows. Close some windows.
You hear some murmurs, sort of undertone in this. You're still getting shouted at and, told to leave, but you do hear some underlying murmurs. He might be onto something. Maybe we need outside help. Yeah, this doesn't feel right anymore. And you see 3 or 4 people from the crowd sort of disperse. They walk off. Now, at this point, we're going to enter a social encounter. What that entails is you have 2 rounds to convince the leaders to stand down in any way you sort of choose. However, these leaders have specialty skills that if you're to convince them of this, you need to roll similar skills to for them to understand and really see what you're trying to put forward. So I'll get everybody to roll me initiative. For those of you that don't wish to partake in the convincing, diplomacy, or these other selected skills, you can elect to assist. And
Okay.
what the assist will do is decrease the DC by 2.
I
I
will.
will attempt to help.
Do I still roll initiative, or
Yep.
do I just?
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure I was going to do the right thing.
Intimidation is an option, but the current standings seem quite difficult, being outnumbered, and these people so outraged. They're very strong about their traditions, and just to them it seems very wrong that you're going to release one of these convicted criminals.
Though.
Well, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? But they don't know this yet.
So we have top of round 1. We've got Jarox. From leader 8, he looks very much like a charlatan type.
Yep.
He looks got a cloak over his head, a hood and cloak. Looks out through a lowered cowl, which you'd quite conceivably on to talk to him on his level. It would be a thievery or underworld law.
No chance.
The leader number 10, he's dressed up in priest garb. Doesn't quite look like a fully fledged priest, but you would imagine talking to him on his level would be a religion or a law that would be corresponding to a specific deity.
No.
And this one at the very end, he's very flamboyant. He speaks a lot with his hands, and he looks like an actor. So performance or theatre law.
No, sorry. Can't help with any of those. It's not my bread and butter. What about you, Tyr?
Unless one of them can. Yeah, I've got. Nah. Could talk at a societal level, or if one of them wanted to talk about warfare.
Yeah, I can do those.
Yeah, tears and tears.
I'm sorry, this is not our realm.
We really need Rack. Is he coming from the shadows?
No.
Talk to the charlatan. No, he doesn't. Is there any way we can just, I mean, we haven't done these before, just add sort of support, with regards to, body language, gestures, just being sort of congenial, smiling, non-threatening, all of those sorts of things alongside our companion Om?
Yeah.
Because that's all I was thinking, really. Because I don't have the specific skills for it. I was just going to be non-threatening, sort of open and, sort of, commiserate with them about the loss of the old ways and things like that, and try and sort of, soften them up a bit.
Sounds pretty good to me. What are you saying?
We totally understand that you don't want to lose your ways. We don't want you to either. All that we'd like to do is just have a bit of a chat about the history of what used to go on here and why they're attempting to force you to break with your old traditions. My friend here just wants to talk to you about it because he's interested and we may be able to help. So, yeah.
So, you know why you're here, yeah?
Well, Jarox doesn't because he was not paying attention, but I assume other people do. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing with a social encounter. It's your turn to shine. So,
Well, that's what I said, at least for the moment.
yeah. So you can roll me a bluff check to assist.
All right. Okay. We don't have bluff. We have deception.
Deception. There we go. Thank you. Well, you were successful. So
Okay.
I'm scratch that down as a +2.
Okay.
So I head on to Tia.
He is legit pondering how he could possibly assist.
I mean, one of the things we could do is we should be gaming from a mobile van out the front of Dave Brennan's house just to entice him to join.
That could be a future thing, definitely.
That is true.
System history society. Okay. Tia openly admits that he'd like to know more about the history and the societal implications of the historical thing they do. Lack of words. What do you call it? The historical right and punishment concept, and specifically how it's grown in their society. Obviously saying all this with very open hands, so palms out, and trying to look less like an assassin, which is fucking impossible. Yeah, look, that's the best he could possibly do.
Yeah.
Trying to make a connection at a societal level. Can you tell what skill I'm trying to use?
Bluff.
Society. But
Yep. So if you were going to talk to the crowd generally about that kind of thing and they weren't aware of what you were there for, I would 100% agree with that. So
the situation is they know why we're here.
Yes, and they've openly said that prior.
Throw a dagger at someone's head.
So what you said would require a deception roll, just on that mere fact that they know, and you know that they know. So I'll give you the chance to change it if you like.
Otherwise, no, I'll do a deception roll. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's actually better than my societal thing, so...
Oh, well, then it's society. Oh, for fuck's sake. So we'll scratch that up to another tick, as they say. Oh, maybe we've been fooled. Maybe they aren't here to free that ex-prisoner, the statue. Andrew, tick up another +2.
Sure.
You guys are rolling very well.
Oh dear.
Insert angry DM.
So at this point, I think, after Dellen succeeds, it's all on Om to fail. Dellen.
Because the conversations are going so well, Dellen pokes his nose out and he's listening to the back and forward, and on the back of Tears connecting with them, I'm like, how about I record all your history related to this ceremony of the running with the Gorgon Minotaur, isn't it?
Gorgon.
Riding with the Gorgon. And he pulls out a writing set and sits down and starts jotting notes in his academic way.
So you're attempting to assist again?
Yep.
Deception.
Deception? I was trying to be nice, and I pulled out my academic lore.
All three of you have approached this encounter if they didn't know what your intentions are. If they didn't know, you guys have done extremely well in role-playing. You've done extremely well in role-playing, I'll give you that. But the direction is off. Unfortunately, your deception wasn't so good. And you see the three leaders are like pondering now, hang on, he's not quite telling us everything.
Well, now I'm here to talk about the statues and whether or not we might be able to take one with us as such to show there's no harm in these beautiful statues. In fact, they present an opportunity, you see, to show a different way that justice can be applied. And I'm sure you'd all agree it's quite a successful. So if we could take one, I'm sure it would prove evidentiary. That is insightful to the city as a whole. You all would be heroes for letting your traditions flow out and be part of the town. They wouldn't have seen this for years. So I'd like to persuade you to let us take a statue and see that this is your gift, spreading, leaking into the town to persuade them. You will be heroes.
Just one question. Do you have a particular statue in mind?
Oh, look, in trying to get the best, if you like, value for money, I do have a particular statue in mind. I think I'm looking at them now, and I'm just trying to see which one, but I can't say fucking name.
You cannot, but this looks like the statue that was given a description of.
Well, see, I walk over. This is this one over here. Looked a bit odd. This one, I think this one would do really well. It would elevate your argument. You'll see. It would humanize your traditions. We don't want to discriminate here. We want to ensure that the city as a whole has a choice.
So which skill would you be targeting or hoping to use?
Well, it's probably deception.
Okay. So the idea of this encounter is to convince the 3 leaders of that your act is whatever you choose it to be. The catch is that you need to beat them at their skills, which is, like I said, thievery, underworld for 1, religion, law for another, or performance and theatre law for the 3rd.
All right. Well, then I might. I'm a priest of Nethys, and I note in our scriptures we are a very tolerant lot. Nethys wants to investigate all forms of magic and the like, and clearly there's magic at work here. And I think bringing more Nethys to the city and what Nethys stands for, these various ways, would be the best way of getting your tradition and giving it, if you like, a religious bent as well. I mean, at least I get an extra +1 through religion, so I might make a religion roll.
Yep. So because of the role playing that you all have done, I'm lowering that DC by 2, as well as the +4 you get from your assists. And the leader number 6 seems to be quite interested in this conversation. He leans in, he goes, "What would Nethys do with the statue?" And you can make a roll.
In the tower,
Yes, please.
I've added the +4.
Did you say you only get a +1 to religion?
No, it's +8.
Okay, that's better.
+1 more than what I
Oh,
get
gotcha.
for diplomacy or deception.
Yeah, because you got +12. I was like, that doesn't add up. He goes, "Yes, I think you're quite right. That's a splendid idea for a religious cause." And he sort of walks over
Huzzah.
here and he says, "Come on, guys, let's leave this holy man to his business. I'm sure he means no harm." And you see some of the crowd part along with that leader. But you do hear the crowd still murmur, it's not true, is it?" And the 2 remaining leaders go, "No, they're trying to be deceiving. They want this statue for nefarious goods or to undermine our local history." So we're up to the start of round 2, the final round, to convince 2 leaders to step down.
Okay. Oh boy. So thievery and underworld, and what performance? Theatre.
Look,
Yeah. Yeah.
hang on a second.
Oh, I do help Delin cast his fear spell on them all.
You're trying to protect their skills faced by thieves and miscreants. I could do that, but trained action to serve.
So the crowd hear this and say, "Oh, of course you'd use your magic. You lie to us. You want to do nothing but harm."
These are healing hands.
Get ready to get him, fellas, as one of the leaders says.
Oh, I'm with you. I'll get them too.
So the leaders we have left are the dodgy, thievery looking one.
Yep.
And
And
the other one?
oh, I deleted the wrong
Flamboyant one.
Yeah,
Flamboyant.
performance
So-
and theatre.
Panache, fantastic, gorgeous man.
Yes, did you mean to take L10?
I did, but it doesn't matter. They switch places really quick, and then the religious man walks off.
Honestly, have absolutely no idea how to.
There is always the
We
intimidating.
may just need to trust the rolls.
Which would be great if I had any skill in intimidation.
Well, we can use aid as well. It won't be quite as good, but we can all aid Jarox to intimidate the snot out of someone.
I don't. Yes, but I don't know if I'm getting this across clearly. It's a 2-rounding social encounter. The goal was to convince 3 leaders within the 2 rounds to stand down.
Okay.
So you need
Well-
2 other people to do stuff.
I think I know what I'm gonna do. I won't say it, but I think I know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna go so badly.
All right, so is it back up to me? Are we doing this like in rounds? Like,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Who could I maybe intimidate? Okay. I look at the oh, that's fuck. I'm not used to this yet. Intimidation's charisma. Oh, that's not going to work. Fuck. I'll build scaring. That's not going to happen. I look at the charlatan type looking dude.
Yep.
The one that's hiding under his cowl. And say, look, this is the best thing for the city. This is the best thing for Westgate. Like my friend has already said, I don't think you want to. You've obviously got people who are happy with this decision. If you do try and stop it from happening, then you're only going to put those people offside, and your power base is going to be ruined. So I don't suggest you do that. That wouldn't be a very wise decision, and don't even think about making a move on us either, because it won't end well for you. So I'm going to attempt an intimidation.
Yep, beautiful. It is against his will.
Okay. All right.
He seems to stand firm
Okay.
and just shake his head from underneath his cowl.
Let's try.
That's all you can do.
Tia.
Am I able to do a physical thing as well as a verbal thing?
You certainly can.
Okay. It's more intimidation than what I really wanted to push was more. Oh no, I suppose intimidation. So Tyr lifts. I'll try it, see how it goes. Tyr draws his hood up over his head.
Yep.
Of his cloak. And becomes invisible.
Wow.
He walks over behind to where the gentleman that Jarox just tried to intimidate.
Yep.
And says, "Yeah, sorry, I was just about. thinking, not moving. Sometimes in our line of work, which I know you understand, it's best to listen. And leave it at that.
You see him sort of startle at your disembodied voice. Can you give me an
Intimidation roll?
Yes, please.
With no pluses, but it's going to fail. But it's...
And he whispers just so you could hear. Your magician tricks won't work here.
Well, shit.
Dylan, how long are you invisible for? Sorry.
That would be as long as it takes.
10 minutes.
Read, yes.
Okay. Well, you look that up.
I'm assuming it's a cloak of illusions.
No, Cloak of Elvenkind.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know for sure.
The cloak transforms, blah, 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 blah. I will let you know in momentaries.
Cool.
I basically head up on the dais, reach into my backpack, pull a keg of ale, sit down in directly opposite crowd leader 10 and go, bet you I can drink you under the table.
Why, of course. I mean, you're drinking out of a barrel.
I pull out a tankard, scoop it, drink it, pass it across to him.
He
10
sort-
minutes.
It is 10 minutes. He picks up. He takes the cup, tankard out of your hand. Sort of swirls it around, has a bit of a sniff, and turns his nose up ever so slightly. Are you just waiting for a response, or have you got...
Look, are you expecting to be a leader? It is chicken to get in a drinking contest with me. Look at the chicken shit.
He says that calling me names isn't going to work here. You
I know,
seem
I'm
to
trying
have...
to get you drunk.
Yes, and you have definitely picked the wrong person. As
Oh,
he
crap.
slowly just tips the alcohol out from the tankard onto the ground.
No!
And he says, I know why you're here.
No, you think you know why we're here. I was trying to get you drunk. I'm keen to get drunk.
Well, consider it a failure. A man of the arts does not let his will flow freely with alcohol. And he does a little, like a sweeping bow.
Well then, maybe we can cheer the crowd on and show the power of oratory. And just like that, I'm happy to talk with you, L6, if that is indeed your name and not just a label.
That's my stage name. And he sweeps his arms both out wide, pointing out the stage that he's currently on.
I'm sure in performance we can each tell a joke. I'm good at boring them. In fact, I could say to people, back in ancient times, there were dinosaurs and there were flying ones called pterodactyls. Do you know why you can't hear a pterodactyl go to the toilet?
He looks around. No.
Where's that? Because the P is silent.
You see,
I learned that from a famous thespian, a famous bard.
you see, you hold back a little bit of laughter. Can I get a performance roll? No, I just open book. The excellent role playing everybody has done has lowered the DC once again for Om's check.
Are you saying I'm rolling not in the tower, or I'm?
I don't still roll in the tower. How else can I cheat and say you failed?
Yeah, no, sure. I haven't had any other plus.
He bursts out laughing. He doubles over. That was brilliant. Pulls out his hands. He just a true comedian. All right, let's go, lads. And you see him walk off, and a couple of the crowd members also follow.
We're lucky I went with a Terrady one rather than a Von Aston intimidation one.
It was an automatic pass as soon as you mentioned the legendary Terrady.
Yeah.
The T-bomb.
T-bomb, yeah.
This, unfortunately, takes us up to round 3, and the one remaining leader says, "Let's get 'em, boys."
Oh, aye, let's get them. Who are we getting?
All right, sweet. What's going on? Who are we getting?
Wake up, Jarrix.
Is it on? Sweet. I told you don't want to do this. So, last chance, Spooky Man.
You see, they've taken an angry stance or an offensive stance.
Good old angry stance.
Yeah, that's right. It's not fair, and he stamps his feet.
That's right.
Plays down anti.
All right, that's nice. So, are we still keeping? So, are we combating? Are we initiativing?
We're still in initiative. Yeah, we're at top of round 3 with you taking off the.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, what I'm going to do then is go there and position myself strategically, so I can reach both the leader and the crowd with trash and take him out if need be. I'm just going to basically in a stance, just waiting, like basically shaking my head at them the whole time, going, don't, sort of thing.
Yep. You could give me either a diplomacy or an intimidate roll.
I shall go some intimidation.
Cool. Oh, we're
Gerald's is still nice.
We're going to.
Okay.
You're not going to mess with our statues.
We tried not to.
Tia.
So, Tia would like to clarify something. We are officially in combat, and everyone looks like they're going to try and kill us, yes?
That's what it looks like.
Excellent. All right, so, because he's still invisible, he is going to, it's going to come off soon, very, very soon, do a 5-foot step to there, which is one action, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will, where was it? It was somewhere. I need to do he's going to do a grapple check on the leader. On that dude there. Now, because he's invisible, does he get a bonus, or it's just stock standard grapple attack?
So you've
I don't know.
caught him off guard.
Off guard. Yeah.
So now the appropriate penalties or bonuses will apply.
Cool. So grapple, attack, grab the dice, drop on leader number 8.
Your target is grappled until the end of your next turn unless you move or your target escapes.
So Ergo has panache, and therefore I can do 1 attack with panache on if I wanted to. Which she probably does. Alright, grab the dice, you dildo. So I've got panache on. And now he's visible again because, yeah, oh, he was visible when he grappled him. So he missed and lost panache. Wow.
Yes,
Next.
unfortunately.
No, that's how the cookie crumbles. Or the panache fumble.
This guy is grappled. Still. And he's going to attempt to wriggle himself free. He's, unhand me, you thug! Where is he? Is he? Well, that's going to probably not be overly successful. So it's against your fortitude. So what the number is of your fortitude plus 10.
Yeah, so that's 4 plus 5 plus 10. And that's my fort roll.
So what's your total?
The fortitude is, total is plus 5.
So 15 is the DC. Your hands slip apart just a tiny bit, and then you sort of reaffirm your grip on him. And he's like, "Damn it! Unhand me now, guards!" Dylan.
So, can I just confirm that there is actually a crowd in and around T? Would Dylan be able to hide behind Tyr? Or is it or is he surrounded all around like the dice and the fountain?
No, it's a crowd of people. Whoops. Kind of
Okay.
like so.
And where the fountain is, that's actually raised.
Yes, that's right. 5 feet off the ground.
Excellent. Dylan strides down to there.
Oh.
Given he's only 3'6", he's attempting to hide against the wall. Stealth, where are you? There. And he's going to cast shield on himself. I'm brave.
Cool. Shield is working.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself, which we know, Michael, what that does. On target himself, yes. Sanctuary. I don't know why the dice rolls. That's the cast. What do I do this? Maybe
Well,
I hit that.
It looks like you successfully saved against.
Yeah, that's obviously not the button. There must be other, but I've done the target, so we're all good.
Nice.
Done. And I will move into a protective area.
Now the statues are going to come alive.
Well, that's probably true. Don't blink.
Well, they're hurling trash up at the stage there, Tyr, towards you. These clumps of rotten food and tomatoes mixed with pebbles and feces. Why not? They hurl this at you. Alright, here we go. Target. Did that target? Yep.
Not much. Oh, that's for sure.
Oh, and you've been hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus, for max damage. As the feces kind of lands on your lower arm, you sort of look down and you know exactly what that is straight away. Can I grab a fortitude save? You instantly feel your stomach just want to empty its contents, and it comes up through your esophagus and into your throat.
Mm-hmm.
As you become sickened one.
Mm-hmm.
Move on to Jarox.
All right. So who threw that? Who threw that? Was that?
You hear some voices. It was her. It was her. It was her. Oh, it was that. Oh, it was that. Wait, no, just men here.
What's the What's the box there? The 15.
That's the crowd.
Oh, okay. But there's one person sort of rebel rousing in that general area.
No, all of them. They're all piffing.
Oh.
Are you?
Oh, okay.
Are you multitasking?
No.
Are you doing something?
No.
Because all this is just described.
Okay. Bag of trash. I'm just thinking whether or not I can. I might make a trip attempt on just one of the crowd, and just see if I can basically knock over somebody to sort of make the others think twice and intimidate them, pretty much.
Yeah, cool.
Action. Right, now. Not lunge. Trip. Oh, come on, where is it? Trip. Okay. Attack action. There you go. Athletics versus targets. On. Am I targeting them? Yeah, crowded trash. Alright, beautiful. Ah, come on.
Oh, you stab on with your 15-foot reach. No, you.
I fall backwards apparently. And land prone.
No, we don't. Pretty much the critical effect.
Yeah.
Will be. I'll take that into consideration, but I'll also, it depends on the situation, and you're not under any sort of pressure in it. It's more that you faltered because you were trying to be careful. You do know these are citizens; they still do have rights.
exactly.
wanted to make
That's
a
why
show
I
of it.
didn't want to actually hurt them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I wanted to-
you've put your blade down low to trip them up, but you went a bit too low and they've stepped on the blade, which just forced it out of your hand, and the whole blade just dropped flat onto the ground.
Fucking Jedi, always trying
Tear.
to save everyone.
Tear jumps out, fireball.
Yeah, okay, cool. As a reaction to the shit landing on him being sickened, he'd
Yep.
react with a shove.
Cool.
Like, so he's you're saying?
I just want to add to your, if you're not aware, sorry, you can retch, which will take up one of your 3 actions, which will drop the corresponding number by 1. So, being that you've only got 1, it would actually get rid of it altogether.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Finger your throat and vom on the crowd leader.
Well, that means I'd have to drop the grapple. Well, he's not grappled, is he? No, he is. No,
He
he's
is
not.
grappled. Yeah.
He is grappled.
He
So
failed
can
to
I
break.
retch while he's grappled? Like,
Yep.
okay, is that like a roll?
It is. So
Or-
it's essentially brings about
WRE
another
save.
fortitude save.
Oh, okay, cool. I was trying to search in the activities for retch.
Oh yeah, I don't think there is.
No, there's not. So I'll just do a fortitude save in the tower, which I did.
Yep. So you retch, and it lands on the back of his head, runs down the back of his neck, and it unfortunately he is hooded, so it just flows down the back there. It smells a bit of last night's dinner and possibly a breakfast from this morning.
Bit of a spew, nice.
And you successfully get rid of your sickened condition.
So I've got 2 more actions I can do. So he's working on the assumption that we're actively trying to kill this guy. So
I'm looking at the wrong player. I'm like, how do I get rid of it? So just to reiterate, you saw Jarox take careful aim to trip, as opposed to cut head off. If that, I don't want to sway you of your actions. I just want to let you know.
No. That's I remember what he did. I'm just trying to find what other things I can do, because obviously I have a choice out of what activities are there. Like
Kiss.
yeah, search, stride, release, leap, drop, prone, escape, crawl, delay. Demoralize. Interesting. Basically, I would want to restrain him from doing anything stupid, which is continue the grapple, I suppose.
Yep. Okay.
Trying to work out what's the point of this interaction at the moment. Is he's riling, they're throwing shit at me. The other guys are one of the party members are trying to trip. The other 2 are hiding on the side. They might have something to do, so I don't know what they're going to do. So, do I do another grapple check to ensure that he stays grappled, or?
Well, you can definitely feel that he is armed. He's got some sort of hard casing down his thigh. So you definitely feel, by grappling him, you are taking him out of this encounter.
Cool. So is that just another grapple check?
Yep. You want to maintain the grapple?
Yep.
And you successfully do so. You are quite the grappler.
Grappali.
So that was... Is a grapple 2 or a single move?
2.
It is 2.
Oh no, sorry. To grapple someone is a single.
So you still have an action if you choose to use it.
Well, he's grappled. I can't really do anything. Like I could vocalize, but I don't know what else I could actually do if I'm physically grappling someone. So that's all right.
I did look that up, but it doesn't seem to have the same limitations. Some more homework would need to be done on grapple. All right. So you see him. He gets a whiff of this of your vomit down the back, and you feel his stomach tighten up, and then sort of the look on his face is that he just swallowed a mouthful of his own spew, and that then colour returns back to his face. He then attempts with his remaining action to break free. And fails to do. He says, "Let me go. I'll make a show of you." Dylan.
Dylan will cast fear on the leader, trying to scare him off while he's grappled.
He picks Tyr up and runs off with him. Ah!
So take that off. It's just straight up will save, I think. Yep. I'll force it. Come on.
He has critically failed.
He wants to flee.
Is that the critical failure effect?
Correct.
Oh.
The target's frightened 3 and is fleeing for 1 round.
So where this crowd leader in your arms, Tyr, was just pulling against you with all his might, he sort of turns in this direction and just starts pulling. So he's not fighting, he's just trying to drag you along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite certain what exactly will happen.
Fireball.
Ooh. I targeted myself. So I probably already was. But everyone can feel the blessing of Nethys.
The crowd thanks you.
And I think I can also do one more thing. It's going to tell me blesses concentration.
Ooh, he's going to have to concentrate.
It's a 2 casting. I assume because I've got to concentrate, sustain the spell to increase the emanation, but I don't need to sustain it.
No, so you sustain it next round.
Yep.
So I can do something else for a turn, or I could have done that first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which way around because it's a 2-action spell, yeah?
That's that one, but there's another spell which is a 1-action one that I was going to do as well.
Okay. Oh, as well as Bless?
Yes.
Yeah, so Bless is at 5 feet at the moment. Is that correct? So 5 foot emanation.
15-foot emanation.
Yeah, I think is it from you?
Yeah, from me, but it's area 15 foot. But are you saying it's 5 and then you get 10 by sustaining it or something?
So it is essentially at the moment that far. So you could use movement or an action next round to make it greater again by 10 feet.
So it is. Sorry, Michael. It is 15 feet at the moment.
That's right. So it's 15 feet from corner to corner. So 5 foot emanation around you, all the way around. So from edge to edge is 15 feet. and then you can increase it by another 5 foot next round.
Isn't 15-foot emanation going to be that far in, say, this particular direction and in every direction from me?
No,
Out there, oops, rather.
I don't believe so.
Because otherwise, I'd read that as a 5-foot emanation from me. It was just the square you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is sort of the technical mechanics, but is 15-foot emanation 15-foot square, or is it 15 feet in every direction from me?
Emanation, I believe, is the last one.
Yeah, that's why I would have thought it would have got everyone. So if it's 15 feet and I can get it to 25 if I sustain,
Yep.
I just do the 2 action, get everyone there, and then I've got another action because I'm not going to bother sustaining it because there's obviously no one beyond that radius. And I was just going to do the 1 action guidance.
An emanation issues forth from each side of your space, extending out to a specified number in feet in all directions. If blessed spell's emanation radius is 15 or more feet outward from the caster. It actually says that. So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I think I can do
Sounds good.
then
Looks
just
good.
the 5-foot one on tier, which will be guidance. And there we go. And that's the end of my go.
Good use of your turn. So the crowd is still launching stuff up at Tears. Let him go! Let him go! He's just speaking the truth.
You want to strike a deal, do you? Just for you. I think I'll make an exception.
Oh, no hit.
Oh.
Can I grab a fortitude save as a rotten, 12-day-old egg sort of bursts on your chest?
That's gross.
And you become sickened 1 again. Jarox, top of round 5.
All right, Jarox, could you first things first? Could you get rid of my drink alcohol stage 1?
You are Jarox.
Or
You are Jarox.
yeah, can I get rid of it? I didn't put it on myself.
Sorry, what was that?
I wanted to get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
You
I wanted to get rid of the alcohol thing.
You haven't been drinking? Or the
No.
adrenaline's kicked in and eradicated you?
No, that was from yesterday. We slept.
Yep.
All right, picking up my spell shard and having one more go at it as to not disgrace myself.
Yep.
Basically, once again, just trying to, knock 1 or 2 of them off their feet, just to make them think twice and to back them off a bit. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, is it gonna work if I double click on it? No, that's annoying. Alright, I'm still getting used to this. You can you favorite things? Is that what the little?
That's the bar down the bottom.
No, it was only giving me the actual tooltip for it. Trip. Favorite activity. Oh, so I was going to put it in favorites and skill activities. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Okay. So basically that's what I want to do as a bit of a back off sort of thing. Just sweep, bang, and knock their legs out from under them so they thud to the turf, and I just get back into my stance, basically just with my spell shard, pointing towards them and saying, "Leave. You have a chance. Do it now."
So those in the crowd standing around the prone fellow or lass, sort of take a half a step back and then look up at you in shock.
Yep, that's fine. Shock is fine. I'm just not slicing anybody's head off. I'm good with shock. Let's go.
Tia.
So, with this guy trying to escape that way still, obviously I'm second, so I'll have a good wretch first. Because, hang on, that's fortitude, yep. I want to get rid of that.
You are unsuccessful.
Excellent.
Didn't quite hit that gag reflex fully.
Just release him, release the grapple. So I think that's one action is to release him so he can fuck off.
Yeah.
And then can I try retching again?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you do. You are successful at retching. Yep.
Excellent. And that would be my 3 actions.
You just feel that your stomach line beginning to burn as there's not much left in your stomach. It sort of burns up your esophagus. And
Awesome. Mental note, don't drink.
and this guy. He legs it. Is anybody wishing to do anything as he's going this round to him?
I just wave.
He's not looking. You see a brown patch in his pants as he's turned and run. Dylan.
I'm going to sneak up to here so I can see the crowd.
Yep.
Oh,
Got rid of my square, you bastard.
that was my square. I put it back. And I'm going to drain my bonded item to recast fear on someone in the crowd.
Yep.
So do I just target the crowd with trash?
Yes, please.
Like that. Alrighty, and then
Oh, critical failure again.
yep. Oh,
Ah. Yeah.
and that's my turns.
Good job.
Hell. What could I do?
What deed on?
Get my barrel of ale and look after it. I don't want shit in it.
I think I'm. I think I might try another one. Now, do I know, Tyr, whether or not your weapon of choice is effectively magic or not?
It's just a plain old one. It's never glowed when things have been cast on it or around
Okay.
it, like detect magic
Well, I
or
would
anything.
cast runic weapon.
God damn it. I hate that spell.
I bet. Crazy.
But as you look up there and you release this, your magic, is it ranged or is it touched?
Oh, isn't Tyr
Touch.
standing right next to me?
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify.
It's
How,
touch.
how,
Okay.
how short are you? Can you actually reach me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Grab his
sure.
legs.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't.
You reach out and touch Tyr's weapon. As you do, you see blood running down the blade and you follow it up. This blood trail seems to be coming from underneath Tyr's sleeve. You sort of take the whole picture in and you see that Tyr's He's standing there, but he's a little bit shaky, as well as a pile of vomit on the stage around his feet.
Aye. Well, what treat wounds is one action, or it's a full round, or that the equivalent? I guess I'd probably want to do a heal check. Which is medicine.
Medicinize him.
So, Tia, would you just explain how you look to be feeling,
How I look to be feeling.
if that makes sense? Yeah, because he doesn't know how you feel. But
Well, at the moment, well, I did retch up, so I don't know if I'm still sickened 1 or sickened 2 or not sickened at all. But I feel like I have been through the ringer. Very lightheaded. Nothing in my stomach. I feel quite sick to the stomach. A little bit, how do I put it? Unsteady on my feet. And also, I'm a bit sore and sorry for myself. Like, I could do with a bit of a sit down.
Well,
Nice.
Teal, I'll hang in there. Next, shortly, I'll treat the ailments.
Okay.
Yes.
the crowd turn on their heels and disperse in all directions out of fear and concern for what you as a group could do to them now that they're leaderless. And that ends the combat. Do you want to have an attack of opportunity on the guy that gets up and runs off there, Jarrix?
No.
Okay, just sort of check.
He wants to.
I will not. I'm responsible adventurer. Yeah. So, if everybody's fist bolting, I'll just I'll go up on the stage next to these guys, but just keep my eye out for anybody else who may come and either rush us or whatever.
Watch out for my chuck.
Yeah.
Slip up.
Because the worst thing is he's thrown up on the inside of his mask. This is where he wishes he knew someone that could press and the dig with mitation.
And believe it or not, I can't.
We're just gonna have to run you under the tap. Sorry.
Strip me off out the back once we get
Hose you
back.
down.
Hose me off.
I can in 10 minutes. I've used my spell substitution to prestidigitation.
Awesome, because it fucking stinks under this mask, bro.
Mm.
It's in my teeth.
What?
Chunky.
Why don't you heal our poor friend Tyr there while I get prestidigitation ready?
Well, now we're out. It's out of what are we out of? No, the battle's down. I'll make a roll.
We're in exploration mode.
Yes.
That's my medicine roll for. I assume it's treat poison. Mikhail, because I put it in the tower, I don't know.
Almost a crit success, so normal success.
This is on treat poison. This is about his retching and everything. If it's a poison, otherwise, I presume it's just a roll to work out. No, it's not poison. He just needs to be healed.
He just needs to be healed.
Right.
And I'm from afar prestidigit scrubbing his vomit-laden mask, the full 10 feet away. I don't think I got it all. Did I get it all?
Yeah, thanks. And with that, he would like to take at least a 5-foot step and then jump off to get away from the smell.
You take 3 points of damage.
Again?
No. Did you
He's a
roll
bit
your
strong.
healing, Andrew?
Well, I'm gonna do a heal directly on him, which is this.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Perfect. It's
Thank you,
exactly what
Om.
he needed.
Nice.
So silence falls upon this town square, or this square.
Oh, let's grab the statue.
All right,
and
let's
walk.
go. I shoot. Okay,
Stop.
so let's move up.
Hold there. As Om leads the charge to the statue. He doesn't want to spend much time here, obviously. The statue itself isn't the thing. You don't want to just take the statue. You've been given an item to help you here. Does anybody remember what it is?
That would be...
Is that a pouch?
It would be... all right, allowing him to be restored.
Is it the pouch we've got?
No,
Something else.
not the pouch.
That's not the notes that I have. I'm sure of that.
And then there's the name Iando, but I don't think that'll help. Well, it could help, but I don't think it'll help with turning him back from stone.
No.
Holy shit.
So
No.
That is,
Iando gave you a salve of anti-paralysis to smear
Oh.
over the statue to turn him back.
Did he?
He did.
Well,
did I
shit.
pick that up?
And everybody's got a little bit of homework to watch session 1, where we did it, I think. But as you run toward the statue, some rustling in some nearby bushes, and out jump a horde. Just make sure I get the right one.
Of rabbits.
A horde of rabbits.
Rabbits.
With the gnashing teeth.
We're rabbits.
No, they came from the bushes, actually.
So three goblins. I'm just seeing if I
Fucking goblins. They're mine.
Well, your pets.
Yep.
Don't touch my goblins, you bastard.
You got me.
Oh,
I should have explained better.
he's getting his knob goblin.
and it's upon seeing these goblins outraged and sort of two of them are charging towards Om while the one standing behind seems to be holding a magical flame in his hands as he's twirling his hands around.
I can't see anyone. Can anyone else see anyone?
No, it's not on there. Shut up.
Okay.
You are taken to a flashback. Everything is black, silent. Then the sound of metal against metal as a battle can be heard. The voices of men fighting goblins can be heard. The sound of women and children screaming in pain, in fear. Your vision, or the vision, clears and you see a small town, some buildings on fire, goblins jumping from roof to roof with a torch, giggling as other men with pitchforks and other farming equipment. By men, I mean, halflings
Mm.
are fighting goblins where they can. A
Foolish child.
little single child halfling seems to be darting from shadow to shadow, cover to cover, and then finds a good hiding spot underneath a wagon. The scene finishes. Nothing but smoke sort of is flowing up from the town. Dead goblins lying all amongst the streets. Halfling males saving and looking after children and cradling dead halflings in the street. One of these halflings walk over and say, "We've got another one under the wagon." He gets pulled out from under the wagon. A halfling in a priestly robe comes running over, looks down, looks. "He's all right. He's just unconscious." Then you see a single eye open on the unconscious child halfling's eye, then close again. Blackout. You a scene appears of a human male, mediumly armored. You're looking at the back as he's holding a torch high in his right hand. His outline's kind of blurry. The light is emanating off the ceiling and the cave walls. The torchlight gets pulled down a little, and scattered amongst the floor are other male humans, mediumly armored, dressed similarly to this one holding the torch. The torch angles over to the right, and you can see a few goblinoid bodies hunched over in death. This figure, his head tilts towards the ground, then bends over and picks something up. He holds it aloft. It seems to be a chain with a little pendant dangling at the end. Then a disembodied voice comes from the cave. "That is mine." Blackout. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Hey.
Cliffhangers, bro.
Mhm.
Like legit, they're next level.
Nice.
Well,
You guys helped me get there.
It's a team effort, baby.
It is. So tell me what you thought of that the social encounter. It's something that was a little bit different than we haven't really done before, and I just don't know if I was coming across with, sort of the metagame side as well as.
No, I mean, I get it makes sense, but I think the issue is it's not something we've encountered and weren't really sure how to sort of what angle to sort of attack it from. I think it just goes to show how we're going to need skills across the board, but people specialised in their individual areas of expertise, when we come across these social situations.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
Yeah, like trying to sort of, obviously, Tyr not having any intimidation at all to try and intimidate someone is fucking stupid. But that wasn't one of the skills for his build, so it possibly could have been and would be a better idea to have that because he could do that. But he wasn't really built for social interactions.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like, because if you like, not if I was going to do it again, but yeah, it sort of highlights some holes in the party skill set.
Cool.
But if Rack had been here, we would have had the thievery one covered pretty well, I imagine.
Well, Tyr's got a +8 on thievery, so we do have it covered. But there's no thievery law in which would support conversation. It's more he can pick pockets and steal shit. So I personally have no idea how that skill would be utilized in a social circumstance for verbal interaction. It's more of the way I was reading the thievery skill was it's more of a physical thing where I can pinch something or put something there or stuff like that. If I had law underworld or not underworld, but you know what I mean, like the
Yep.
nefarious.
Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah, Underworld Law is
Then-
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
but
have
it could
tried
be-
to.
Your thievery though, Cole, is you go around through a few people quickly and deposit stuff in different people's pockets just to sow dissent. It's where the mix says that the encounter is aimed at discussion, either deception, diplomacy, or intimidation in a discussion sense, or whether the other skills can play out to sow dissension or to, like a grease thing, someone slips over, like just something that breaks things up. But if that's not clear, then yes, you'd obviously say, well, that's, as you said, that's not all. I don't have law in it, so I can't help.
So if you can think of a way to tie the skill into either action verbally, this is for future reference,
Yep.
then I am happy for that to occur. Like,
Mm.
the parameters are this skill. How you manipulate the physical side or the mental is role play, and that's why I was rewarding openly DC's drop, because role play wise, I was very happy with how you guys were interacting with the NPCs.
Well, Cole, just for next time, I'll have got Intimidate just like you do, but I also have a feat attached to it called Intimidating Glare, which basically means that in certain circumstances I don't even have to verbalize that I'm going to fuck your shit up. I just stare them down basically and intimidate the shit out of them, just like that.
Yeah, see,
So-
Tier's not trained in intimidate at all. He
Yeah,
has no
okay.
confidence in it because he has no charisma.
So, well, neither do I. I don't have charisma either. But I do have the skill and I do have that particular feat because I'm a warrior. So that'll work. So look, if you don't want to focus on that particular part in intimidation because it doesn't work for you, or you in a social situation you don't feel as though you can play it out, or it's not necessary in your build, then it's something I can focus on. I've only got 3 skills I can actually sort of max out towards the at the end. Not that we're going to get to the end with these characters, but basically 3 skills that I can focus on. So and that can be one of them, basically. So,
Yeah, no, like I don't mind. It's whatever we decide. Like
we just have to have coverage of as many of those base skills as possible, really.
So here's
good coverage.
Here's the example. So I got given a table with 8 possible leaders, and the skills I pre-rolled randomly. So those are the ones you ended up with. The other ones that we could have got was diplomacy, legal law, a barrister, a drunk, deception or alcohol law. Socialite, society and Absalom law, a smith, crafting guild law, and a herbalist, nature and herbalism law.
Okay. Yep.
So that were the 3 that we got randomly.
I think also we didn't we approached it like a straight up combat, and we didn't appreciate the context of the social combat enough, and that is they knew they knew we were here, B they knew why we were there, but B that we had to get rid of all 3 of them. We didn't appreciate that. We just treated it, and then the third one was we only focused on the leaders when we could have also focused on the group as well.
Take out the ads.
Jeez.
But you guys,
Um,
you got through it.
mm.
You didn't.
Yeah.
I was dreading you guys killing one of them. I was like, no, please don't. But you guys kept a level head. You overcome
Yeah.
a difficulty.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
you got there. I was very happy. If we weren't pushed for time, I would have awarded you a hero point.
All held their hands. Like obviously Cole asked at one point, saying, what do I feel? So I mean, all of that. Yeah, well done.
Hmm.
Well, I think Goblin time is going to be different. I hope.
Goblin
Well,
killing
it is.
time.
It is for me. Anyway.
No. Oh, yeah. Couple of personalized flashbacks there. So I hope you got
Nice.
enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was an absolute pleasure.
It was good. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Mick.
Thanks, guys.